Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa Land. You heard Gypsy Love at the top of the show, and we have got it in the house this morning with Kristen Lynn. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Such a light. Congratulations on the release of the new album. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Okay.
To LaLa Land.
To LaLa Land,
Yeah.
which is interesting because my first album is called LaLa.
So love that. Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. But I was on the road with a comedy show, actually. And when I was traveling, I was in all these jams with like amazing musicians. And then I started writing music. And and then I came out here. And I've been out here this whole time. But then when I was on tour with the comedy show, the music just like kind of started happening. But I grew up with, both of my parents were musicians, and we had a lot of music in my life, and so it just kind of came out.
Did you always know that you were going to be a musician? And
No, actually, since both of my parents were musicians, I was like, I'm going to be an actor. You know, I'm going to do my own thing.
Break the mold.
Yeah, come on. But then I actually lost my mom to breast cancer, and that's when everything started kind of happening organically. And she was a songwriter. So I think in a way I'm living her dream, which is pretty amazing.
So what does LaLa mean to you?
LaLa, my song, which we're gonna play for you guys at the end, was written for my mom because her name was Laura, and everyone used to call her LaLa. So the song is written for her. But when we lost her, I wanted it to be more of a celebration, to celebrate the time we had together, instead of, you know, when I first started writing songs, it was so sad about it. But then it's like, wait a second, I want to celebrate this. I want to celebrate the time that we did have together and the person that I've become because of both of my parents and my family. And she always taught us to be strong, you know, and I think instilling that when we were kids, it's almost like maybe her soul knew.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do think that our grandparents, our parents, whoever, that we're living an extension of their life really, and the greatest gift we can give to them is to live our fullest expression. So it sounds like you're doing that.
absolutely.
And what's it like? You got a band, you got CDs. Is it hard to work with a band? Oh,
It's so much fun. I want to just play music all the time, you know, and we do. We're playing all over LA, and even just our rehearsals are so much fun. And my band is great. These guys, where do you hear them? We're all really connected. We have fun together. Even when I write songs, I bring it to the band, and they're like, what if we do this, or what if we do this? And so it's very much of a ensemble feeling.
Yeah. What's been the most difficult part of you sort of doing this work and being an artist and musician? Is there something specific that you found, of course, in addition to everything that you went through with your mom, that's been especially challenging for you? What would you say?
Of course, pursuing a life as an artist is challenging. You know, it's a rocky road. It goes up, it goes down. And there are times that you're climbing that mountain and you're like, okay, I thought I was a little further up this mountain. I'm just gonna keep going. And I think my dad, he was a conductor, and he's retired now, but he's still with us. So we're happy about that. But my dad would always say sempre avanti, which means always forward. And so in a way, every time we hit those rough patches or those rocky parts, and when it's really hard and you're like, you want to give up, you just push forward, just keep going, you know?
Who have
so
been
happy
some
that
of
you did.
the biggest mentors in your life?
Biggest mentors? Well, definitely my mom and my dad. And Carol Burnett, actually.
Love her.
And she called me on the phone.
What?
No way.
Yeah, this way.
What was that like?
Well, it was it was hilarious. I wrote her a letter saying thank you for paving the way for women in comedy. And 2 days later, I get a phone call, but I was at the time dealing with like creditors and stuff, and I'm like, it's coming from a number that I don't want to pick up. And so I kept ignoring it. Like 3 times. I ignored Carol Burnett.
Oh no.
I know. And then, so finally I answer the phone and she goes, I'm like, hello, I think it's a bank or something. And she says, is this Miss Kristen Lynn? And I said, yes. She said, well, this is Carol Burnett. And I almost like fell over on the floor.
Wow.
And she said, I got your letter, and I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever give up. Then she said, how old are you? You look like a teenager, because I sent like a, clowny picture. And she said, I said, well, I'm, at the time in my 20s. And she says, well, you look like you're 14. I said, well, I act like it too. She's like, that's the ticket. So,
Oh my gosh, that's
cute.
incredible.
and then she
special.
sent me an autographed picture.
Oh.
And I have it just sitting there like, don't give up, just keep going,
So incredible and so inspiring that at one of your lowest moments, you would have this incredible high. Where you'd,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
It's completely, in some ways, it's completely illogical, but so deeply validating.
It so is, because that's what life's about. Sometimes I feel like it's easy to get hung up on the things that are hard for us. And whatever it is that you're going through, it doesn't matter. I feel like what matters is what you have in your heart and the people in your life, and what you have to give, because we're not getting out alive, right?
Absolutely.
So what are we going to leave?
My
I
dad
love
says that
that.
all the time.
Some incredible music.
Right.
You're
So we're gonna
creating a
hear-
legacy.
We're going to hear your band and you guys
Yes.
right now. Where else can they find you before you begin that?
You can find us on Spotify, Kristen Lynn, which we would love if you would stream us there and follow us. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at Kristen Lynn Music, or my website, KristenLynnMusic.com.
Love it.
Great.
And we have a lot of shows in LA, so if you're local, come out.
When's your next show in LA?
August 30th at Idle Hour in North Hollywood,
Very
shaped
cool.
like a whiskey barrel. Super
Oh,
fun.
that's cool.
So yeah,
I love
August
that.
30th.
August
Right.
30th.
Right.
In 2 weeks.
Right, well, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to hear some music. LaLa.
Yep.
Looking forward.
Hey, always be my mama. They called you LaLa, LaLa. But you may always be my mama. Sometimes it feels like yesterday when you were here and everything was okay. I believe the time had just come to join our angel army that already had begun. And I know someday I'll see you again, when I'm skipping through, right through heaven's gate. But until that day, I just close my eyes and see you right there by my side. They called you LaLa, LaLa. But you may always be my mama. They called you LaLa, LaLa. But you may always be my mama. But you may always be my mama.
All right.
That was
LaLa.
so much fun. I love the little LaLa. We're just coming in hot for it. This was an incredible episode. Thank you all so much for being here. This was the Foxglove,
Thank you.
Kristen Lynn.
Thank you for bringing your
Little Mike.
passion to the world. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much. And knowing the truth of your mother, eternal life, eternal love. Thank you for everything.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
We really appreciate it. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. You can catch all your favorite interviews as a podcast on iTunes.
Right? We're waking up the world together. Please like, share, and comment, you guys. Have a divine day, knowing love is the only truth.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land. Woo!